Hello and welcome to a special South Today from Oxford. Over the next half an hour, the end of an incredible journey. After 11 countries and 17,000 miles, our Oxford2Oxford adventurers arrive at their final destination.
Awesome, this is just unbelievable. We never dreamt that it could possibly get this reception when we arrived in Oxford, New Zealand.
We've seen their highs and their lows. They've taken us with them halfway around the world and been to places lots of us only dream of visiting. Tonight, 9 months after they left Oxford here in the UK, Tim Nicholson and Joanne Bowlt are at their final destination, Oxford, New Zealand. Here on South Today, we followed their incredible journey from start to finish. They've crossed 4 continents, 9 seas and travelled more than 17,000 miles, and all in a 1954 Morris Oxford they call Florence. In the first of our reports tonight, Alistair Fee shows us the scenes as they reach the end of their incredible journey.
What a way to complete the journey of a lifetime. A rally of classic cars guided Tim and Joanne as they finally approached Oxford, New Zealand.
We're literally driving into Oxford and there was a massive traffic jam on our way here. The roads are packed with cars and there are hundreds of Morris cars waiting to greet us. Apparently this just doesn't happen, according to the policeman we've just met, in fact who is escorting us into the town.
Everyone please on their cars.
And so ended an adventure that began in May last year that's seen them drive from Oxford, England to this, the furthest Oxford in the world. Among the thousands to greet their arrival, a well-wisher who'd even seen them leave home.
So did you actually see them leave when you were over?
Yes, they were, it was all full scale, all going through when we left.
Can you believe it?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's awesome. This is just unbelievable. We never dreamt that it could possibly get this reception when we arrived in Oxford, New Zealand. Absolutely fantastic.
A long trip here?
It's been a long way. We've had moments where we've really had tough challenges, but we've kept going, and the car's been a great credit.
It's
been
fantastic.
awesome.
Got us all the way here. It's been quite a long journey and never ever expected this. It's amazing.
How about this for a celebration? Music, a welcome from the mayor, and even a fly past.
What a fantastic day for Oxford, New Zealand. It's an absolute pleasure for me to welcome to Oxford Tim Nicholson and Joe Bowlt. We're delighted you have arrived safely. It's great to welcome you here to Oxford, New Zealand.
And then it was time for the town's newest celebrities to address their crowd.
9 months later, 9 sea crossings, just over 17,000 miles of amazing adventures. We finally made it. From Oxford, England, 9 months ago, we finally arrived in Oxford, New Zealand.
This isn't where the story ends. Tim Nicholson and Joanne Bowlt have already made plans for their return home. Let's hope Oxford, England gives them an equally warm welcome. Alistair Fee, BBC South Today.
Oh, and later in the programme I'll be speaking to Tim and Joanne via satellite link to New Zealand, and we'll also be looking back at some of the highlights of the last 9 months. In just a couple of minutes, I'll be speaking to Tim Nicholson and Joanne Bowlt. But first, here's a reminder of how they travelled from Oxford here across 4 continents to Oxford in New Zealand.
2 hours sleep last night packing, and I'm very tired, but very happy to be on our way. A bit concerned that we're late already, behind schedule, but really happy to be on our way. Joe's doing some filming. Some little urchin leaned in through the window, stole my mobile phone and legged it off up the hill into the gates. I jumped out the car with the car running and our bags still inside and legged it after him.
It's 3:15 in the morning. We've just woken up because of the call to prayer. We've got two mosques quite close by and they seem to compete with each other to be the loudest. So it's a bit disturbing.
We're going to spend a few days catching up on our emails and some work that we have to do by the coast. Then we're going to load the car onto a ship and Florence is going to head off to India without us. It's the first time we've spent without her and she's holding up incredibly well. Let's hope it continues. On 3 separate occasions, buses came round blind bends on our side of the road straight at us. And they don't seem to even hesitate, let alone blow a horn or anything, they just drive straight at you. So we just managed to swerve and get out of the way and survived it.
We had our first night in the Australian outback and there are flies everywhere. It's so frustrating.
We're in Kalgoorlie, which is a mining town in Western Australia, and this is Lee, who runs a brothel in Kalgoorlie, and Lee has very kindly allowed us to stay for a couple of nights here. So this is our accommodation for 2 days.
And we do a little bit of naughty stuff here. The naughty boys like you.
It's freezing. Merry Christmas!
Oh, look at that weather.